guys, it is AJ over here and welcome to another episode of the Marquee matchups for this weekend. We're in the second week of March. It's going so quick, it's unreal. And as you can see on the screen, I'm now about to click on Foot Champions. I didn't have a good week. Well, I said I didn't have a good week. I had like 30 games remaining this week. I only got Silver 3 and I played 16. But yeah, I didn't really play many games. Got quite annoyed and I got COD back, like I got Black Ops 3 and finally got a working controller for it. I was pretty addicted to that over the weekend. I was playing that quite a lot. I was enjoying it, so maybe I could possibly do a video on COD. I don't know, we'll see what happens. If I enjoy it that much, I might do 1 or 2 videos or make another channel for a few COD videos. We'll see anyway, but you're here for the Marquee matchups, so let's get straight into it. And there weren't actually that many games I found that could be in this weekend. Well, there's obviously loads of games, but like, I didn't see many that were like outstanding compared to some others. So we're going to go into the first one, and that is the Calciare. And what you want to do is go on to Juventus. Now, some of these players have already risen because of the SBCs that are currently out. But anyway, if you go onto Gold and check some of their player prices, you can see a couple pop up here. Look, you got this Lamina, Neto, and Rincon. I don't know, I've never heard of him, but those 3 are up, and I believe the cheapest is about 600 coins because it's him. Yeah, he's literally the only one. So one way you can get around this with like to do with investments is to set it to defenders, because obviously you won't get him popping up then. And there's a few you can actually buy, to be fair. Look, if you go here, look, 1,000 coins, still not on there. I think they're just over a K. 1.2k, you've got Rugani and Benatia. That's probably a decent little deal there, Benatia. And I'm just going to check to see if he's gone. I didn't really want to buy him particularly. Yeah, he's gone anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's a few players that you can buy. So if I just press defenders, you can't obviously get Chiellini, Alves and that. But you got Rugani, Benatia, maybe Evra, I guess. If you're searching for about 1,000 coins, he could pop up. There is one more. I can't actually see him. I don't know, I actually can't find him, but it doesn't matter anyway. I was trying to search a bit lower, well, on 2.2k, I couldn't find him, but there's a few players that can pop up there, so that is a decent sniping filter. And one way I do this is to check the maximum price. So if you go minimum buy now to about 2.5k, and then set your max price to 2.2, just go around, see which ones have some bids on, maybe go for Benatia. If he doesn't pop up as often as he should, or as often you hope, then you can go and bid on him. Saves you get a marker band as well this way. There might be a few, if I take it away from defenders, there's definitely a few that you can go and bid on, and they're going to make you a lot of coins. You've got Mandzukic, who's decent to bid on. Maybe Neto. Asamoah is probably a decent one. He's going for about 1.5, 2k Asamoah, and just go for them, see which ones have got bids on, see their maximum buy now, go for whichever one you want, just have a look. And I reckon this guy could be worth a lot, to be fair, considering he's a non-rare. He's about 900 to 1,000 coins, that's not too bad for him. But yeah, there's a few players that you can get from this team, and once again, just check the buy nows and make sure you're making profit. Obviously, if they're going for 2k, go bid on them for like 1.8, 1.7. You should go win some, and if you're doing max bidding, you'll definitely win them as well. So we're going to move on to the next team. It is obviously AC Milan. Now, this is a huge game in the Calciare, and if you didn't know, it has been a huge game for years. I'm pretty sure you will know that. But if we check the AC Milan players, they're going for quite a bit more. Look, the gold players, their cheapest is around 1,000 coins, I believe, about 1.2k. They're going for about that, and it's only this guy here. He's a goalkeeper, so that is not great, to be fair, because obviously all you can do is just go onto defenders, and bang, they haven't popped up. And these guys will. You've got this one here, Romagnoli, I don't know, and Gomez as well. If you just search them, it is definitely a sniping filter. A few can pop up. There's a load of non-rares for AC Milan, so if you literally just go, you could probably just search like 800 coins and do a bit of sniping from there. You don't even have to go defenders, you can clear that and just do sniping. You guys know how to snipe, just sit here and do this, and a few will pop up, like this guy, 700 coins. I've gone and got myself some profit there. I'll sell them for like 1.1. You'll probably go up, well, probably sell, sorry. So I'll sell them for 1.1. And as you saw there, I was searching for like literally a couple of seconds. Look at that, 5 searches that took me, and 1 popped up straight away. So that was pretty easy. Once just popped up again, 550 coins, missed that. But they are so easy. That's definitely a sniping filter. And not only am I predicting the market matchups and for you guys to make investments, I'm also showing you some sniping filters that you can use right now, and they will make you profit as well. You saw how easy that was. I'm not great at sniping, so we're going to move on to the next game. So the next game is in the Liga Santander, and it is between Atletico Bilbao and Real Sociedad. So this is a pretty big game in this league as well. You probably know anyway, but if you check their goal players, look, they are going for around 700 coins, and that's pretty decent. He's only a goalkeeper as well. I'm not going to bloody pronounce that because that is a dreadful name. 500 coins, surely that's a snipe, I don't know. It's up for like 3 seconds, so you're a... I'm going to check to see if I was actually I better not put him up just in case. I'll put him up for, you know what, I've just seen 1.3, that's it. But there was a bid for like 450 coins, that looks like I was going to get one, so I'm just going to put it up for like, just so I'm making profit. I know, well, I hope it will sell. I'm put it up for 700, see if it does sell. I'm not that bothered about the coins if I'm honest. Yeah, it's going to sell, definitely. 800 coins is the cheapest, so that's not too bad. Get myself like 150 coins profit now on the spot. And this could be another sniping filter. Look, you search 800 coins, that's how much they'll sell for, about 800 to 850. Search for defenders and literally just get sniping once again, put it down to about 750, well about 650, 700 coins. Go do some sniping, or you can bid on them as well. Of course you can always bid, literally just go for 500 coins, press search and a few will pop up. Look, this guy sold him for like, I think he's sold, I don't know, I saw something sold, but you could probably bid on him, win him for like 400 coins and you'll probably damn get him. So, and you can see that there's also other players. You've got this left back, another centre back, there's also a right back there. There's a few non-rare players that you can get, there's quite a few anyway, so definitely worth bidding on them because you can easily make yourself profit. And not a lot of people are actually doing this at the moment because it's quite early on in the week, which is why I'm quite happy about getting this out, because you guys can actually make the most of it and use these sniping filters whilst the week is going on. And if we move over to the next team, which is obviously Real Sociedad, you can see that their players are going quite expensive as well, apart from this guy anyway. He's a cam, I think he's probably their he is their cheapest player. Go defenders, look, there isn't any. 700 coins, one will pop up, and this is start, and it is that guy there. So what you want to do, if you want to snipe, it's probably not really worth it, to be honest. It's worth bidding because it's just a lot easier. If they're going more expensive, the price is a bit higher, then probably worth sniping, but because that isn't that high, you might as well go do some bidding so you don't get yourself market banned. It's not worth that. So you can do that, and also if you go forwards, you can see that they're going for a bit more as well. Look, 800 coins, I think they're going for about that anyway. Yeah, once again, 750, 800 coins, you can go sell them for about that. Well, about 700 actually, I do apologise for that, it won't 800, it is actually 750, they'll probably sell for eventually. And they're going to naturally rise anyway during the week, so if you want to keep them, you can do that, it is up to you. I wouldn't go for silvers. The past like 2 games, or the 4 teams I've explained so far, do not go for silvers. They've got far too many goals to go for silvers, but the team at the end, I will show you, you can go for their silvers. They're going for literally a shit ton already, so definitely worth keeping an eye out on that and sticking out for the rest of the video, because you'll see. And if you check these, look, you can probably just go bid on them. Even if you bought them now for 600 coins, you're probably going to make yourself profit, because once again they'll naturally rise during the week as the week goes on. More and more people do marquee matchup videos like myself. These players are going to rise in price anyway. The next game is in the French League 1, so it is between Monaco and Bordeaux. So what you want to do, AS Monaco, and once again, these have got too many goals to actually do it with, so you don't really want to be doing that. If you press search on 700 coins, you've got this guy that pops up. He's just a right mid, and I believe that's pretty much all you're going to get from the next couple of pages. So what you can do is set it to defenders, and no, look, 700 coins, there isn't one. Put it to 800, one will pop up there, look, Jemison. So once again, another sniping filter, and I'll check the defenders without a price on. And as you can see, look, you've got loads of players that you can get. Even though he's an 84 rated, he's really cheap, Glick. Then you also got Sid B. He did actually pop up. Oh my god, is he actually 5k? He popped up for like 900 coins earlier whilst I was checking the prices, and I didn't bother getting him. I probably could have ended up getting him, made myself a few coins profit. You got Mendy here, Glick's 83. There's probably a few more in here, I don't really know, but literally all of these you can go snipe because they'll all pop up. If you search for about, there's a couple of non-rares I just went past, but if you search for about, I'd say 650, well 700 coins you probably search for, and they'll pop up. As long as you don't get this guy, you're probably safe, unless he's under like 700 coins. You'll make some profit anyway, and even if you do get him, like I always say, they'll naturally rise and you will make profit on this, and it's probably worth bidding, doing this method again. So just setting it to max price 2.2k and max buy now 2.5k. That way you get the best players and you can actually bid. Like Sidby, if you got him in a pack, you wouldn't recognise, or you wouldn't realise that he's like 3k or however much he is. He looked pretty average, and the same with the rest of the guys. If you can like see, look, 800 coins people are bidding on him for. No idea why when he's going for that anyway. 1.1k. They're actually bidding on these for that price as well, which is absolutely mad. So you guys can go and snipe them if you want, or you do some mass bidding. And once again, you don't have to go for defenders. Look, if you go for this, you've got some other players. You've got Matinho, Fabinho, Silva, Falcao's also a decent one, and there's a few other players that you can go for. It's entirely up to you. Just go and browse the market, go see what's up there, and just have a look at their prices, have a look at some different positions. Make sure you do that. And also with these, look, if you go in France, this could be a requirement that you can look out for. They have got a load of French players, as well as like different nations as well. They've got both. This is a bit of an awkward team. They've got loads of players from France and also loads of different nations. So just go buy a load of random players, like different nations, different positions, loads of French players as well. You want to do a bit of everything just to cover yourselves and make sure that you gain some profit at the end of the day. So the next team is Bordeaux. So if we skip over to those, you can see, I will check that their players are going for around 500 coins. This isn't the best one, if I'm honest, but if we go into defenders, you can see they're going for a bit more. Look, gold defenders, they are going for quite a bit more. Look, 850 coins, and they're still not there. Go up to 950, they are still not there. So we push it up to about 1.2, and one finally pops up. So they are literally selling for about I'd say 1.1 they'll sell for, maybe a K, I don't know. Yeah, about 1.1. So what you can do, if you clear that, you can clearly see that they have a few gold players, like gold defenders, that you can go get. There's this right back, centre back, and I think I've just mugged myself up. I think that might be it, to be honest. Yeah, I think that actually might be it. So they haven't actually got that many gold players, or gold defenders anyway. And what you can do, if you want, if they haven't got a gold left back, which they haven't, you could go get their silver left back. Their silver left back is probably quite expensive, as I can imagine, yeah. About 800 coins you can get him for, so maybe worth sniping him. It is up to you. Once again, I'm not telling you to do that because they've also got a load of gold players, so you can go and do that if it's what you want to do. As always, I'm not telling you to buy these, it's just recommendations and advice I'm trying to give you guys. So if you go forwards, look, once again, they're going for about 800 to 900 coins. You've got a few there, you've got Menez, Roland, and I'm sure there's going to be a few others. So you've got those guys, and what you can do, you can literally bid on these. It's the same for pretty much every team. You guys know how it works by now. Do that and clear the positions. Do the same for every team really. If you see one that you can actually bid on, get. So this Carasso guy, probably a decent player to actually go get. He's an 81 rated keeper, which is pretty decent. There's so many other players. You've got Menez you can go get. And to be honest, this team's pretty poor to actually invest in because they haven't risen as much as I thought they would, but I'm sure they will. As the week goes on, they will rise. So personally, I'd go bid on some and maybe do some sniping filters, do a bit of sniping or max bidding. It's up to you. Just check their buy nows before you actually do anything, so you can guarantee you make yourself profit. So that's the best thing to do with that team. Now we're going to move on to the last and final game, which is between Spurs and Millwall. So Spurs, they have got a few non-rares. Off the top of my head, you've got Vorm, Trippier's not, I think Wimmer, and they've probably got a few more. We'll see anyway. I think Trippier might be one anyway. So yeah, they've got Vorm, Trippier, Wimmer, Janssen as well, forgot about him. So they are ones that you can go and invest in. I wouldn't unless you can find one of the really like cheap rare players like Dyer. You've got Dyer here. Not sure if there's any more. Wanyama. Unless you pick those guys up, it's probably not worth going for the rare ones. I'd stick with the non-rare if I was you guys. Wouldn't go for the silvers once again because they're going so cheap, so it's not worth doing that. But as you can see, 500 coins, 450 coins you get Janssen for. It is so cheap, and Wimmer can go for the same price as well. I'd personally go get those. I wouldn't invest in Tottenham too much because they probably won't rise as much as the other teams. So we're going to move straight onto the Millwall team because this is where I think you're going to make some profit, and especially like the actual team themselves right now, they're going for a lot of money. As you can tell, look, they're in League One, they've got any gold players, so it's not worth going for that. And look, if you go for 1,000 coins, I don't believe they'll have any, maybe one, 300 coins. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's 300 coins, that's literally just popped up. 1,000 coins I searched, 500 coins. There we go, managed to pick up a decent deal as well. So I'm just going to list that for 1.1k, I reckon. Yeah, I'll go 1.1 just to make sure it does actually sell. I've literally doubled my money, more than doubled my money, which is very good. So they're going for around 1.3k you can sell them for. That might have even been a snipe once again. They're going for so much, guys, yeah. I could have sold them for more. I'm going to see how much their cheapest centre back is. see how much I just got mugged off by, because that's ridiculous. Oh, for fuck's sake. 2k they're going for. That, I don't know who I picked up, it might have been this person here. They're going for around 1.8, 1.7, so that's the defenders. And if you want to just go for any position, as you can see, look, they're going for around 1.3, 1.4k, so well, actually they're going for more than that. 1.5 you can go sell them for, but once again, go check their positions. Unlike me, I could have made myself an extra k to what I did, so definitely go snipe some of these. You can invest, but I personally wouldn't, because they're already risen, and fair enough, they might rise even more, but you are taking the risk. You are taking a massive risk with this if you actually keep hold of the cards. Unless you do get them for like 200 coins and you do get very lucky, then feel free to actually keep hold of them. But if you do go do some sniping, look, set it to about 1,000 coins. Personally, I would anyway. Get sniping. They probably might not pop up as much as you think, and my searching thing is going so slow at the minute. But they might not pop up as much as you think, because obviously not many people open silver packs to get these players. So it is definitely worth going to do this sniping filter, because I reckon they might pop up. I know I just said they might not, but they do, and when they do, it's going to be a lot of profit, so that is very handy. And obviously you're searching for a whole team, it's not like you're searching for a position. You can probably go for bronze as well. I didn't actually check bronze. No, maybe not. Bronze, oh, they're going for about 500, about 600 coins, I believe, 650. Yeah, they're going for about 650, so I wouldn't really do that unless you want to set it to about 500 and then search any. But personally, I'd go for about a k and search silvers. They will probably pop up, but once again, that is a sniping filter, maybe not an investment, because if you go for silver and actually search for this price, you might not be able to bid on them. Oh, maybe you could do actually. I'm just going to go do some mass bidding here, because I reckon they'll sell. They'll probably sell on. And if you do get them, you're in for a lot of coins if you go mass bidding and actually get some of these players. So I'm just going to go make a few bids here, because I can make myself a shit ton of money if I get them anyway. So it is quite hard to win some mass bidding, because obviously a lot of people are doing it. And if you go and do this, then chances are you'll probably, if I go bid on like 20 of them, I'll probably win like 1 or 2. But then again, it is still profit at the end of the day. And that is an absolute huge sniping filter to use right now. And just to add this in, I thought I'd throw this in at the end of the video. If you want a decent sniping filter, this is insane. They literally pop up so much, and to be honest, you could probably keep them because they'll go up even more. You know what it is, as you can tell, Republic of Ireland, their gold players are literally going for like 900 to 950 coins. I'd put them up for 950. And I will show you they pop up a lot. Seriously guys, that 950 to sell them for, so go down to 750. And as you can tell, it might not do it too well because my connection isn't great at the moment. So I'll do like 10-15 searches and one will probably pop up, hopefully. Oh my god, maybe not this connection. They pop up so often, like literally it's crazy. Obviously this isn't a peak time, I'm doing it like mid-afternoon. So when it gets to like tea time, probably when this video is out, you want to do this sniping filter, sniping method. Look, I fucked that one up. My connection's so bad, but they pop up a lot. Trust me, guys, you want to get onto this. And obviously, it's for St. Patrick's Day, that's why they're doing that. The investments have gone crazy. A lot of people are doing investments for this, so they're going to probably make themselves a lot of coins. If you want to, go check out my other video. I did a video on these players, which ones to buy. It will actually help you a lot to figure out which players you need to buy, because I've done a whole video on it. I think it's like 10-15 minutes long, so give that a watch. I'll put it down in the description so you guys can actually watch it. And also, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to smash a like on the video and be sure to subscribe.